Alex, you say you don't think anyone in your family is LGBTQ plus, but then at the same time, just because you don't know that they are doesn't mean that there aren't. Um, so a lot of people in my family didn't think there was. Jordan, that was the worst fear growing up, being remembered as the wrong gender after I died. Jordan, that is still a fear. That is still a fear on my end. Chaotic Lord, the police are bad about it too. They can literally erase their identity post-death. True facts. Helix, have seen the opposite happen as a kid. She was a babysitter. Some idiot thought he's going to try something. Pretty sure that's the one and only time I've seen a woman or anyone come close to the actual definite. I mean, if she needed to curb stomp someone for being weird, I totally get you. I'm upsetty today for a death that happened 14 years ago, unrelated, but you can still join in the morning. Yes, 100% Eric's. I can understand you needing a hug in that regard. Danny, pretty sure most of my family. Oh, Danny, I'm sorry, and understand the sweat. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. So I don't know how many of y'all seen the movie Happiest Season on Hulu. And it's a cheesy lesbian rom-com, which I love it, starring Kristen Stewart and Mackenzie Davis. And it's not a great film, but I love the film. And there's one, Dan Levy's in it, and there's one scene where Dan Levy's talking to, Kristen Stewart's character, and one of the things he's talking about is his coming out story. And Kristen Stewart's character, I know this could be weird, but Kristen Stewart's character had very accepting parents and didn't have any problems, and they were super chill with it. And he's talking to her about it, and he's like, I'm so glad that happened to you, but that's not a lot of people's stories. And kind of the way he related that is, he was like, when you say those words, when you come out, everything changes. Your entire life changes. You can't take it back. So for those of the people who are not out to family members and not out to people who should be able to trust, but they can't, that's difficult. And I don't envy those situations. I know my life with my folks changed 100%. That was the most difficult conversation of my life. And that has forever changed my relationship with my folks. So Danny, I get you. Jellybean, is completely statistically impossible for there to be zero folks in an entire family unless this is a small family unit. Yeah, but the random number generator can cause some strange things. Again, Alex, there's something called compulsive heteronormativity. So what do I mean by that? If you're raised in a community where you only see life a specific way, and you think this is just how everyone feels, the compulsion can be just to go along with what everybody does. At the same time, I can't tell you how many late in life people have come out, as gay or lesbian, when they realize after 30 years of marriage, they're like, I'm not actually in love with my partner. Because they figured out after the fact that, I felt like that was love, but I didn't realize until I met someone and that was love. And that's a difficult thing. Jellybean facts. Jellybean. To mention, you could have invisible bisexuals. Yeah. A lot of bi and pan people are not seen when they're in heterosexual relationships. You can have a dude who's bi, but just happens to marry a woman. They don't stop being bi. They just are, in a relationship that is more acceptable, supposedly. So, that is a very good point, Chaotic Lord. But Alex, I will say, you've got a whole nest of us here. So, you could say you don't know a lot, but then there's this community. Yeah, your mom is friends with a couple who got together after one got divorced after like 15 years of marriage. It's again, you don't, if you come from a small enough place that you don't know that there's a way to live that will make you happy, that's difficult, and you can end up in bad situations because of it. Well, yeah, there can be very real love, just not romantic love, because you can love someone on more than one level. 100% chaotic lord, yeah. So, man, we're going on a little bit of a tangent here, but this is still very good stuff. So it's one of those things. I agree with the Elton John interview back in the 80s. Everyone's bi to an extent. Well, yes and no there. There's some pretty... The best way I'm going to say it, so I have a friend of mine from back in like my old theater group. And very long story short, we're there. She was very out lesbian to everyone. She met the one guy who she could possibly fall in love with. And she's basically gotten married to him. Some people are just a little bi. But they could be bi for just that one person and no one else. You like your church? Well, yeah, that's a different kind of love, though, Alex. That's perfectly fine. You know some very straight people. You married one, and I'm very much bi. Well, Jellybean, it's a thing. Yeah, there's some people. And then you have the other side, Jellybean, where there's some very lesbian people. Hi. You read a paper in LGBT Psych that defined 32 different kinds of bisexuality. Well, that's why the things like the Kinsey scale exist. You know, where people are observing that you could be more. Yeah. Exactly. You can be, like mostly straight, but there's a little bit of someone who might catch your eye. You can be mostly lesbian or mostly gay, and there could be that one person who catches your eye. Or you can be like, I don't care either way. Thank you for this awareness conversation. I appreciate you bringing awareness to these occurrences so I learn more about people in my life. There you go. Yeah, some people can just be friends. Just be friends is perfectly fine. Friends are good. People who concentrate on the friend zone too much, get out of that thought. Friendship is a beautiful thing. You need solid friends. It is be happy that you have relationships in case, but also be very happy that you have those friends. Friends are beautiful and wonderful, and you need them in your life. You need that person who you could never imagine hooking up with you ever, and you'd be like, absolutely not, but that they still love and care about you. You need those relationships in your life. So don't sell them short. And if you're worried about the friend zone, then you're not being a good friend. I know no one here in the chat said that, but basically. Hey, Karen, welcome on in. How's it going? Hey, linking arms is perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with linking arms. And also, if you and one of your dude friends want to link arms, because it's cold outside, it's snowing, and y'all don't want to lose each other, link arms. You got it. It's perfectly fine. Also, kiss all the homies. That's all I can say. Oh yeah, I don't date, but my close friends, all the friend dates. I mean, yeah, there you go. 100%. Absolutely. Yeah, Karen, I figured with the game we were playing tonight, I had to do that for the title. I just had to. Well, especially after whenever we were announcing the stream for the evening, people were already busting out the Brooklyn Nine-Nine clip of "Tell Me Why." So I was like, yeah, we have to. Absolutely have to. Oh, I definitely date my close friends. Hey, whatever you want to do, 100%. As a bi who wants to kiss all my homies, I feel so seen. That's right. Kiss your homies. Enjoy. Then again, it's still fun every once in a while to talk about that one TikTok where it's like two guys sitting in a hot tub 6 feet apart because they're not gay. Because it's just catchy and hilarious. And, those kind of fears are there. We have to keep a gap because we're afraid of, no homo. It's like, dude, just put the arm around the other. Just do a little cup. It's fine. One of Lego guys, used to have that Brooklyn Nine-Nine link to every time someone typed a 5 in chat. It was great. Absolutely do things. For a little while, he changed to NKOTB, and you have to, Karen. You'll love it. It's like electromagnetism. If they get too close, it makes a chaotic lord. I'm learning things. Thank you. Jordan, men cuddling in a hot tub. I'm happy. I'm happy to give you all the imagery. Yes, it's what I'm here for. Alex, love a good friend day, and go have fun walking inside the mall. That's what we're here. This is an educational stream. Did I ever mention that? Fun fact, on this day yesterday in 1985, Windows 1.0 was released. It's Maxi, it is slightly worse now. And Jordan learning so much. Step by step was the thing in school. Whenever we had a maths class and the teacher said step 1. Oh yeah, step by step. Ooh baby. I remember as Windows. Me. Windows ME, I know. Oh my god. Are we gonna do a history of Windows now? Mine was Windows 3 and then 3.1 and then what was after that? When Windows 95 was such a big deal, y'all. Windows 95 was the first time I saw a music video on a computer. I don't know if anybody who remembers that. Because packaged in with the CD was a clip of Alex, exactly. With the Windows 95 CD, you got a music video of Buddy Holly by Weezer. As I understand, a lot of people are real mad at Microsoft denying them flight right now. True, Danny. That's been a struggle. Yeah, Danny, no, on the Windows 95 CD was Weezer. 100%. That was the first music video I ever saw on a computer. What that's dope is true. This is how 98% of the world found out about Weezer. Thankfully, I was watching in the 90s, I watched so much MTV, like every day getting ready for school. I was a huge, I was that little kid. You had your cartoons in the morning, like when you first wake up and you're eating cereal. The parents leave, the cousin comes over, and we start watching music videos. Back when they were a thing. And then, of course, Beavis and Butthead was a thing when I was a little kid. And, they introduced me to, all sorts of things, like White Zombie. Yeah, Remote Control, of course, 100%. You enjoyed Weezer, but of all bands. But see, when Buddy Holly came out, it was, such a big freaking deal. So they weren't really seen as the nerd-only band at the time. That was, the big hit, That's what put them on the map. And then they finally became more nerdy, quote-unquote, nerdy band. Your first pick was made by Texas Instruments. Yeah, you're slightly older. Oh, first PC was made by... Yeah, that's slightly older, Helix. Chaotic Lord did not care for Beavis and Butthead. Perfectly fine. You watch the Beavis and Butthead Christmas special every year. See, Jelly Bean, Chaotic Lord, I love that y'all had the exact opposite reactions. Love that. 100%. Maxie, that was your first exposure to Happy Days. Yeah, Karen. Hey, Karen, don't go to... The giant companies will give you free things all the time. Just look at the other... Not too long ago. Everybody who had an Apple product got a free U2 album. Whether you liked it or not. And the Windows comes with these days. Well, I mean, nothing's gonna beat Solitaire or the Space Pinball. I'm sorry. I mean, they set a level. It's just they can keep trying. It's just not gonna reach that level again. Chaotic Lord, I was the only one who liked it. Danny mucked up my library. Jazzballs, I mean, of course. Minesweeper, of course. The Weezer thing sounds like the cool version of the U2 thing, and the U2 thing just pissed everyone off. Yeah. Dude, Space Pinball was a jam. I played so much of it. So much of it. Remember Captain Crunch? Wow, hold on. I have to do this better. I remember Captain Crunch's Crunchling Adventure for your PC and Disney's Magic Artist Man. You're showing your age. I mean, hey, nothing wrong with that. But, okay, see, y'all talking about, Doom and stuff like that. Who remembers installing an entire game on a 3.5-inch floppy disk? It's like, here, behold the magic of this 2 megabyte large game on this 3.5 inch floppy. Installing one thing and you get all your. What was great about it is you could use those to install like games on your computers at school. No, because most of those games require 2 days. Maxi, there was a magic time period where it was on just one. You could do the first Doom game encrypted on, not encrypted, but you could do the first Doom game zipped on a single disc. That time quickly passed. Backyard Sparks. I don't know what the accent that was going there. The Backyard Sports games were so fun. Yeah, 100%. Aaron Copeland's entire catalog ruined my library. Category, you're like, I wanted one song. I just wanted the one song, and I had this whole thing, and it ruined everything. What about the games that had the puzzle solutions hidden in the damn instruction manual? I mean, whatever happened with that, Helix? Whatever happened to games that had instruction manuals? I still have a couple from back in the day with like the original manuals for them. Like, you open up the game cartridge, it's not just like. Can we all just talk about Wii games having a cartridge that's like this, like a packaging that's like this big? You go to open it up, you've got this tiny cartridge inside, and that's it. There's nothing else. No instruction booklet, no pamphlet, no nothing. It's just like you get the tiny game, this giant cartridge, and that's it. What's going on? Karen, oh boy, this will age you. Yet your thesis in a small floppy disk only to find that the unit computers had no disk drive. Brutal. GameCube discs were so tiny and cute. Well, I would say the Wii, I mean, anything by Nintendo and Sony back in the day were basically like that. Missed opportunity for tiny cute packaging, Danny. They could do so many cute small things, but no. They want just giant box art that you have to show. What can you do though? Oh my god, we've gone all over the map here. Oh my god. Just look at some of these game mentions. Return of Arcade with Dig Dug, Galaxian Classic, Pac-Man, and Pole Position. Oh, Pole Position. Such a good game. Saw a loading screen image for the DOS. Man, we're busting out DOS stuff, Maxi. Oh, a Helix. Why would you ever sell an Atari 2600? Especially if you have a working copy of the worst video game of all time. Do you have a working copy of E.T.? Because I know where my copy is. Prepare to qualify. Yeah. Do I have the OG Doom? Not anymore. So here's the downside of PC gaming. PC gaming, and we talked about this a little bit the other night. PC gaming is difficult because you need specific systems to be able to run them. The nice thing about like a console, so say like if you have an Atari 2600 console, that still works, and you can still use a coaxial cable to hook up to a television. It may be this tiny small image on the screen, but it still works. It can be done, right? But an old PC game, you almost have to get like an ancient computer out to be able to play it. So I don't have OG Doom because I don't have anything remotely that could possibly play it. Freaking E.T. worst bit of licensing that ever saw a contract. Yeah. You would love to have a retro game stream sometime. That'd be cool. I mean, honestly, the fact of the matter is I could do retro game stream at some point. What I need... So here's one of the things I plan on buying for Black Friday. I need a box to be able to convert basically like my Nintendo Switch to my PC. I don't have the box that's required to hook them two up. So yeah, that's on my list. But then if we do that, we could start playing some retro games. Like at some point we would have to play, A Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, right? Classic game. That's in fact still to this day my favorite Legend of Zelda game. You have one, you need the cable, the game switch, and then a third converter to get to the TV. Yeah, Category, 100%. In this case, it's like an adapter. Like, I could get an emulator, but I would rather have an adapter because then I'm not violating terms of service. E.T. was a terrible game based very roughly on a great film, Karen. Very roughly. Oh my goodness. All right, friends, I think it's about that time. How are y'all feeling about this game? I've heard that it's wonderful. I've heard that it's fantastic. I see a lot of text. Let me read that real quick. Maxie, a friend made a game based on a comic you like years back for the guy who made the series as a special release, and he gave me a digital copy. But sadly, when the game was made, the play screen window isn't resizable. So you want to stream it to show people, especially since the guy's comic company is celebrating 40 years. But unless someone can hack an exe file to make it resizable or knows a workaround, yeah, you're kind of screwed because it's like, I think the only thing you could possibly do with that is, because if it's too small on your screen, if it's like a postage stamp because of the resolution, I think there are accessibility options you could use. So that would be my way around it. So try to find like an accessibility option that lets you zoom in a screen, which a lot of those are built into Windows. Oh, it takes up the whole screen. Oh. Ew, I'd have to think of another way around that then. I don't know. Playing on OG hardware is more authentic. It is, but then at the same time, not everybody has the ability to get that. So I don't frown on people who use emulators. I just try to avoid them for terms of service issues. So, if that makes any sense. All right, let's see here. I think it is time. I love that Dichotic's getting into it on general chat. I think it's time to go and start getting the game set up. As per usual, it might cover up my ability to see the screen for a second because everything always wants to load on my main computer screen, the one that I have you guys on. And so it's like, all right, well, we'll just see which one fights for supremacy here. Incredible game, not trying to spoil anything, but if anyone wants to look up triggers for the game, parts of it could be worth knowing about. Jellybean, I will ask you, I will kindly ask you to let me know what triggers there are in Whisper, if that's okay. Because I do want to make sure that people are aware of those. Tell me why it was developed with guidance from the trans community. Yep. I wish you could see the screen right now, but it doesn't take me to the settings screen yet. Press any button. Which one's the any button? Yo, game, let me get to the settings so I can turn this into Windows mode and get it on the right screen. Before you ask me to do anything else, you jerks. Settings. Settings. Video. Advanced settings, please. Windowed. Okay, come on. Was it Alt plus Enter? There we go. Jeez. Now y'all can see it. How do you whisper? Oh, here. Jellybean. Basically, type on my name. Or click on my name. Click on my name when I write it here. That'll help you right there. Now, can I